Thank you. Good afternoon. Sorry. Please be seated. Thank you. The House now resumes. Thank you. Ah, yeah, yes. The House resumes, so we will continue from where we stopped prior to the short break. Jara East, am I around? Otherwise, Latrikunda Sabiji? No? Okay, just a second. Then, Honorable Member for Basse? Bakau? Yes,
Madam
Bakau
Speaker,
then.
I'll withdraw.
Bakau, yeah.
My concern has been addressed. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Then Lower Nyomi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, could the Honorable Minister please explain to this House whether he is aware or his department is aware of this spoilage that also happens in the bay between Bara and Jinak? Equally, would it not be wise for the ministry to devolve this responsibility to the communities that are immediately near the sea or near the river so that they could help in the monitoring? Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker, I am definitely not aware of this spoilage. What I have said in my report, we have a co-management system that we manage with the local people. And if these things are happening, the Honorable Member would know that every time he tells me something, we take action. We work with the Navy to make sure that action is taken. But there is a limit. When we don't know something, we don't know anything. But I assure you that we have to this co-management. And I said it in my report, some people misunderstand this co-management because we've got experience where people will find people up to $76,000 and put it in their pocket. So we are really redefining this co-management strategy because we said some money must go to the Navy, some money must go to immigration, and some money must go for the Fisheries Development Fund. We are working on this. Hopefully we will get it right very soon.
Thank you very much. Upper Fuladu.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The Honourable Minister has, in his submission, informed the National Assembly that total revenue that has been accrued in the past 4 years is about $461 million, which, if you consider, is $9 million over the past 4 years, and 2.2 million in a year. Considering that this industry is $7.4 billion per year industry, no wonder Gambia is perceived as a lucrative business for foreign investors to come into this industry. And these investors, I must say, are supported by their countries like the EU, the Chinese, Senegal, etc., to come and exploit this opportunity. However, the minister did mention in his, some of his answers, some of the employments that this industry has created in terms of youths. Honorable Speaker, we are not talking about employment. We are talking about not taking advantage of our blue economy.
Yes, Minister, direct question.
Right. So, the minister did promise this assembly that in his term in office, at least the 5 years that he's guaranteed, he will create minimum 10 millionaires. The minister knows me as a key player in this industry, and we have made so many proposals to see to it that Gambians take advantage of their sovereign wealth in competition not to the foreigners. The Empretec, YEP, SDF, plus this.
I hate interrupting.
No, I'm just asking.
No, I know he knows you very well as far as the sector is concerned. There are so many things that probably you might have engaged in. But please, can we, so that we will all benefit, ask direct questions related to this, so that we will all benefit from the responses.
The minister is claimed that Gambians are not interested to come into it because it's highly capital intensive. I'm saying these other investors that are coming into this country are not mere investors. They are supported by their countries, and they have easy access to finances. So therefore, my question is, what is the Gambia government doing to ensure that Gambians have easy access to finances, to make sure that we are competitive in this market? My second question is, he did mention about the strategies that they are deploying or that they are still looking into to see to it that the essence of the question here today, the reason why he's here is because of the undesirable post-harvest loss of our fish stock, especially the yaboy. All these fish mills in the Gambia are not buying the high-value fish. They're buying yaboy, because that is the reason why many players, especially in the sub-region, have come to make sure they have boats to go at sea and have fish for these factories. However, since 2009, as far as I can remember, this practice has been happening when people come to sell their fish, and unfortunately, because there's no demand for their fish, they will actually go back, just offshore, not even 1 nautical mile, and dump this fish. And this is the reason why the erosion will bring this fish by the morning, and we have this environmental impact that is affecting our communities and our national health. So, my question is, what is the standing policy right now to make sure that those violators are punished? Because we have the Department of Fisheries agencies or agents all over these coastlines. But what punitive, what penalties are they imposing on these people to make sure that these things don't happen? Because to make sure that there is an alternative day at sea, it's not an answer to this problem. When you have overcatch, no problem. But when you have to dispose it, you have to go at least 3-4 nautical miles at sea to dump it so that the bigger fish can feed from them. So my second question, Honorable Minister, is what is going to happen tomorrow if these things should happen? Have you got a standing regulation or policy to make sure that such people are punished and that therefore that will deter them from repeating these occurrences? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, yes, I said in this House that I would love, while I am in the ministry, that we will have 10 millionaires. Unfortunately, the call was not answered. You asked me what government have done. We all know about GAIPA. If you come with a project proposal, you go to GAIPA and get the details, you will get concession. That's not part of fisheries, but that is part of government that will enable people to do business. You are in the industry. You know that we don't have a fisheries jetty. You know the jetty we have is too small. That's one of the reasons why we don't land all the fish in the Gambia. And so there is a lot of different things that should happen. You talked about what happened here in 2009. Thank God I was not in government at that point. So I cannot give any answer to what happened here in 2009. I can only cover what happened when I was the minister. But I want to tell you there are laws. Dumping is a criminal act. And there are laws that is in the statute book to take those people to court. But we must help each other. If we know, we will take the right action. We have people, like I said, in every landing site. They don't report this to us. And everybody will say, over 2 years ago, this thing last happened here over 2.5 years ago. So, I wish we will not have it at all. But like I said here, there is very little control we have. But we are going to take the laws and make sure that the laws are implemented. The second was, what are we doing? Well, the indigenous way I told you, when I make a call, I would expect that somebody will come with a proposal and go to GAIPA, because GAIPA is the office that is helping government businesses, people who want to come and do business. You will get a recommendation from us to give you the facility, and they will deal with Minister of Finance and give you whatever concessions you have. But you will understand that that is beyond our purview. We can give you a recommendation, but GAIPA have also their regulations as to what will make them do something for an investor.
Panyomi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Minister, you would agree with me that aquaculture has the potential, when it's developed to that level. And in your report, you mentioned that aquaculture policy is developed in 2017, and you said aquaculture can contribute to food security and reduce pressure on our natural environment. That's the first. And you also said that it can create new jobs and generate revenue and foreign exchange. So I just want to ask you this question, Honourable Minister. What plan do you have in place to popularize the concept of aquaculture and to make the production base profitable for the Gambians? And you also mentioned that you have only 37 aquaculture ponds in the whole of the Gambia. 37. To me, which is very small. And we have projects within agriculture that also venture into aquaculture. But they provide this fund for the communities. But many of these projects fail somehow. What plans also do you have in place to collaborate with the Ministry of Agriculture to make this, particular areas successful in the country? Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.
As said in my report, aquaculture have the potential to create a lot of jobs, a lot of resources for our young people. We have the advantage of the river Gambia that we have. Unfortunately, we have been very slow. We didn't have the experts. But I can tell you now that we have started a project with IMO to popularize. We started with getting the feed mills, so that at least when you have an aquaculture farm, you will have the feed mill. Now we have passed the stage. Now we are getting more young people involved to popularize aquaculture. Because we are sure if we put a lot of energy into it, it will make a big difference. As relationship with agriculture, yes, we have a good relationship with agriculture. Unfortunately, what happened when we came into government, we found out that agriculture was doing aquaculture, but they had no relationship with Department of Fisheries. So we initiated that dialogue, that if you want to do aquaculture, we have the experts, because they had put ponds in wrong places. And that's why you see the failure rate. But now we are really working very closely with agriculture, so that if they have a component of aquaculture, we will be working together to make sure that they put them in the right place and they will be successful.
Actually, the honorable members who are on my list are not on seat right now. I have Bundunka Kunda, I have Jara East, and Larekunda Sabiji. So they're not here. Then, okay, I'll take Wuli West and then Serekunda West as well. Wuli West.
Thank you. I'm sure you will be surprised if I don't talk, because everybody knows that this sector is very dear to me, and I've always contended that this sector, when developed, can help to free this country from what we are doing currently. And many questions have been asked. The minister himself has indicated quite eloquently the potential of this sector in terms of generating revenue. But what I have not heard about in all the questions is, because you are talking about spoilage, because why? Because there was no storage facility. So my question is, Honorable Speaker, isn't there a need for the ministry to consider creating the facility of storage, particularly for artificial fishermen, because they don't have the means to create it. But since there are many of them, particularly in Tangi, why can't you create a storage facility there? To an extent that however much you may have your harvest, it could all be kept there even if they are not sold. I think that's one important thing that we should be considering. Because we are talking about calling when there is fish, but instead of calling, why not create a facility where the fish would be kept? And when people know that, they will always turn there to buy fish anytime. So I think that's one important thing that we should be thinking very seriously. And the other thing is, and that's I'm talking to you, members of parliament. When I talk about the wolf and the small ones, this is precisely what I mean. The wolf is the fishing sector, because they are capable of creating revenue maximally if they are empowered. So I ask the question, the small ones and the big one, if there is food which is not enough for them, which one should eat it? Some say the small one. I say no, because the small one is incapable of fending for itself. The one which fends is the big one that should be given food to eat in order to have energy to go and fend. So we must begin to invest heavily into sectors like the fishing industry, agriculture, and tourism. These are the places where we can generate money for development. But we are not doing that. And you still keep on complaining about matters that you are responsible yourselves. The fishing sector, he says, it can contribute 12% to GDP. If we invest heavily into it, it can more than 100%. 100 times 12, that will be 100 and how much? So it is us who must decide that, to help to free this country once and for all from the bondage of taking loans that are stifling our people. Honorable Minister, don't you think there is a need to create this facility of storage to free these people? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I cannot agree more with my friend and brother that we should create more storage. But you see, we have made a lot of efforts. You know, all the storages in the landing sites was created. I can speak for Gunjur. Gunjur, as we speak now, have ordered 2 extra. Gunjur, in their account, has got over $3 million. The committee that is managing that. But in the other committees, you don't see the money. And that's the problem. When something gets spoiled, they write to the ministry, come and fix it. Sustainability was the reason why we provided all those stores, all those cold rooms. but they are not managing it properly. I agree with you, we should make more efforts to create more stories. But we should be able to manage them properly, just like Gunjur is doing. Because all these landing sites, I tell you, it's pathetic. When I went around the country, I went to one of the landing sites, I wouldn't say where. They asked me, can you put a toilet here for me? And I said, you come here every day. You make money out of this place. You want a foreigner to come and put a toilet for you. That's the kind of thinking, unfortunately, that we have. We must change that. Basic things that we need for ourselves, we will do. And then when we want something else, I mean, Gunjo will tell you, anytime they come to my office, they want something, we do it. Because we know the committee is very serious. They are judiciously protecting their money. But the others are not doing that. But I agree with you. I have my staff colleagues here. We will look at providing more storage. Because that is one way, of course, that we can preserve.
Honorable Member for Serakunda West.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Minister admits in page 3 of his speech that the most frequently mentioned problems includes poor implementation of policies, weak enforcement of laws, inadequate registration of vessels, and widespread use of illegal nets. What are you doing about that?
We have tried to do a lot about that. And that is why we have inspectors in each of the landing sites. And now we have a team collaborating. That is the Navy, the immigration, and ourselves. We have made arrangements that if somebody is fined, we will share those resources. This only to empower people that they can get people arrested. But I can tell you it's not easy. This community of ours is the same everywhere you go. We all know each other. And sometimes it's difficult to implement laws. I can make a lot of noise that something is not happening. But the framework is there for something to happen. Unless we change our mentality in certain areas, we cannot be able to implement some of the laws that we have in our statutes. And additionally, we need more staff capacity. Unfortunately, when we came, there was this zero growth that you cannot employ anybody. And the numbers are dwindling because when somebody retires, you cannot replace them. That is why I said we are even using the EU funds to employ people. So that at least we have the staff complement that we need in all our landing sites. This is work in progress. I will not be able to complete it. I am hoping the person coming after me will do his best. That this is work in progress for all of us.
Yara East.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Minister, for responding to our call. Let me refer this August Assembly to page 6, related matters. Honorable Speaker, allow me to read. The fish could not all be sold. The fish could not all be sold by the women fish processors, other middlemen, including those using refrigerated trucks for marketing and distribution in up-country. The remaining fish could not be preserved due to lack of adequate ice because of electricity outage. This has resulted in spoilage. Honorable Speaker, this raises environmental concerns once spoilage is mentioned. And I want to know how the Minister and his team has been able to deal with the environmental aspect. Because once the fish is rot, there will be pollution, and there will be offensive stench from the rot. How do you combat this? Thank you.
We are working with the Environment Office. And what we came to even learn is that when this fish is rotting and you put it on the ground, it's a good manure. And some people are taking advantage of that. So the chain continues. Yes, this field was spoiled, but I can tell you it will benefit some people in the agriculture sector. And that is the environment. You have a constraint that unfortunately certain things you cannot plan for. But we are doing everything we can possibly do to make sure that we address all the environmental concerns and all the legitimate concerns that people have as regards the industry.
Minister, and thank you very much, honorable members, for the questions that you have posed for the honorable minister's response. I think you will all agree with me that the discretion to allow additional questions beyond the 1 hour provided for, excuse me, under our standing orders has been judiciously exercised. And I think we allowed almost 27 questions over almost 2.5 hours. And I think we can now proceed. We thank the minister for his statement and also thank honorable members for their interventions and engagement with the honorable minister. Only to say that I hope, and I think it will not stop here, the engagements should actually continue with the, Honorable Member for Fonyi Councillor, you want to ask a question? Sorry.
Not actually a question, Honorable Speaker. I have a motion on this particular issue. Motion without notice, Standing Order 53K. Yes. Yes. 53K, if I am right. Let me just look at 53K. All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, rising on that motion, on that Standing Order 53K, I want to implore on this Honorable Assembly, Honorable Speaker, being guided by the Constitution of the Gambia, Section 79, as quoted by the Honorable Member for Serekunda, which makes it illegal for the Senegalo-Gambia fishing agreement to hold. As a result, I want to move the motion that this particular fishing agreement be put on a temporal suspension pending a thorough review either by the entire plenary or by the Select Committee on Environment. Pending ratification by the Assembly. So the fishing agreement...
Just if you have options, either or.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying here... All right, let me be specific. I am rising on Standing Order 53K, motion without notice, and that is for the suspension of the fishing agreement between the Senegalo-Gambia. And the fishing agreement be suspended pending ratification by the National Assembly. That's the motion I'm putting forward. Yes. Be temporarily suspended. Yes, pending ratification.
But yes, there's just one thing that we need to clarify legally. And I stand to be corrected, we can take interventions briefly on it, and that is, can we something that is not before the Assembly? No, please, Honorable Njai, I think I know what I'm talking about. The document is, the agreement or whatever has been referred to In fact, one of the concerns raised by honorable members is that it has not been ratified by the National Assembly. It has not been ratified. So it means that it is not law. So can we suspend that? Probably what I would have expected is, as a matter of urgency, for the honorable minister to bring it to the National Assembly for ratification. If it comes before the National Assembly, I think then the National Assembly can take a decision. But just take a decision on something that is not before us. Honorable member for Wuli, I see you saying no or yes. So maybe we can, what is the issue there?
Yes, can I?
Just a second, can we share experiences on it? Yes, what's the name of it?
Councillor Anwar Jaro. Honorable Speaker, what the emphasis here is what is currently happening is illegal. And we cannot continue watching what is illegal to continue happening. Because the minister's statement actually did emphasize that it is exploitative, excessively. So should we as a parliament or a National Assembly sit and watch that happen when we have the powers to summon those documents to come before us and then get them scrutinized, and we either accept or we reject? So that is why we are saying whatever is happening for now must be put into a temporal halt, and then summon the ministry to bring the document before the National Assembly for us to review, either ratify or reject.
We'll take a decision on that. Wuli West?
Technically, I think the motion should be as a matter of urgency to bring the said agreement here for ratification.
Actually, that was why I raised the legality.
Can I say something?
Sorry.
You know, if something is before you in this National Assembly, you have authority to approve of it or suspend it or do whatever with it. There is nothing here before us. So what we are demanding is actually to bring the agreement here for ratification as a matter of urgency.
Nominated member,
Honorable Speaker, I think I have a different point. This matter, I would say, it's before us. The minister just stood here and informed us that they are doing something illegal. It's two options. Either we pass a resolution to find the minister in contempt, because this is contempt of the Assembly, because clearly agreements need to be ratified before they come into existence. Or if we are being nice, we ask the minister to stop implementing this agreement until it comes before us, because the information is in front of us that this is going on in this country and this is illegal. So I think we should immediately move and pass a resolution for him to stop implementing that agreement until it comes before us.
Yes, Salum.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable, I think this section is really very clear. Really, there is nothing before us. If a document is before us, like the Honorable Member has said, our powers only is to reject or to accept. Now the minister has been told that for this agreement to be effective, he has to bring it to Parliament for ratification, like any other international agreement. I think what is proper is for us to tell the minister, as a matter of urgency, to bring that document here for ratification. And if like he's saying, is at the end of the terms of the agreement, whatever it is, if it is at the end, come bring it here, we'll ratify it, or otherwise. So we cannot say stop this when we don't even know what is there. I'm just saying we have not seen it yet. Yes, we have not seen any document here. How can I stop something that actually I have not seen? Something that actually I don't even know the contents of that particular document. I think it's natural only we ask the minister as a matter of urgency to go back and ensure this is brought to Parliament for ratification or otherwise. Thank you.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, I think the debate here should not even be long. The Honorable Minister here accepted that what they are doing is illegal. Madam Speaker, as lawmakers, we cannot be lawbreakers. We cannot encourage the law to be broken. According to the Constitution, any law must be ratified by this August Assembly. And he accepted, stated that it hasn't been ratified by this August Assembly. And we are saying that they must cease operation until it is ratified. And I think that is easy and simple to understand. Yes, everybody is saying that it is not an agreement. It is not an agreement because it hasn't been ratified. So it's simple. Let them cease and bring it and we will expedite it and make it law if it is good enough for the country. Thank you.
Yes, just a second, Honorable. Let's take views. Banjul North.
Honorable Speaker, I want to move the motion without notice, K, that this National Assembly ask the Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources to bring the agreement under discussion before the Assembly immediately. By immediate, I mean not today, but before the end of this session. For ratification or otherwise. For ratification or otherwise.
I've not given approval yet for it to be moved because there was a motion earlier on, but I was taking interventions and views so that we know what to agree on, and maybe you can decide to consolidate and come up with a motion that we will all agree on. Yes, Birkama North, your views?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The question is, if the said agreement that is going on is not ratified by the National Assembly, is that legal or otherwise? If it's not legal, should we sit and wait for something illegal to continue? If we are trying to say we should allow it to go and then ask the minister to bring it for the assembly to ratify, that means we are encouraging something to illegally continue. My question is that particular agreement to be legally operating without the ratification of the minister? If the ratification without the National Assembly would not make it illegal, then there we can say the minister should bring it. But if the ratification by the National Assembly without that will make it illegal, there is no point for us to encourage that to continue. That's the position.
Yes, Madam Speaker, like the previous speakers said, Section 79(2) of the Constitution said that the Gambia shall not enter into any engagement with any other country, without first being satisfied by the National Assembly. So therefore, any agreement that is been implemented is illegal and should stop immediately. There is no two ways, unless we want to be violating the Constitution ourselves. We should not even entertain the idea of continuation while we consider. This agreement is illegal. We just had a similar situation with the Turkish government, which was not tabled here by the Defense and Security Committee. We don't enter into anything unless the National Assembly is satisfied that it is in the interest of the Gambia. So since the minister has informed us that definitely this thing has not been ratified by the National Assembly, then the minister should not actually apologize to the National Assembly and should immediately stop this practice until it is ratified. Simple as that.
Interventions. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Madam Speaker, thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we are an August Assembly, and for that matter, we must not entertain, we must not judge the shadow and give the substance. Madam Speaker, as an August Assembly, I think what is proper, the Minister has informed us in his statement, in very clear terms, that the agreement is yet to be brought to this August Assembly, one, and that they are engaged in illegal, agreement. So the best thing for us to have the substance before us, rather than engaging in jogging the saddle. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My opinion, I want to indulge the chambers. Our role is to help each other and help the minister. The minister has confirmed until he uttered the word apology. And then it has been discussed and asked him to bring the document. Now, what I want the Assembly to understand, this is a multinational or a bilateral agreement between two states, all right? It's a bilateral. Now, the error we are now detecting, the minister is even realizing now, there is an error in the process until everything is done. Now, the other nation has already done theirs. Probably in the agreement, there could be a breach of contract. If we appropriately want to just stop, it can bring implications. Now, what I want to understand here, I want the members to understand. Let us ask the minister to bring the document as quickly as possible. We go through it. From there, then we can make a decision for it to stop or it to continue if it is in the interest or otherwise of the nation. This is my contribution.
We've had quite a number of different views on this. I assume the Honorable Minister wants to say something. We allow him and then we proceed with the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. During the break, I was able to consult. And I was told that the reason why we had this disconnect was the fact that this agreement was not new. This agreement was signed in the First Republic by the PP government. Then it was continued in the Second Republic by the APRC government. So it was nothing new, it was a continuation. But I would consult with the Minister of Justice, and if you say bring it, we will bring it. But this is what I was told, that it is a continuation, it was not a new agreement. So whatever you decide, I will do.
I don't know. The Constitution has different provisions. And when it comes to interpretation, it is the courts that can interpret. But I'm just being referred to a clause, to a section of the Constitution that I did not even avert my mind to. So maybe I can share it with honorable members and we all look at it. All we are after at the end of the day is to do what is correct, period. Now, under Chapter 2, where you have the Constitution and the laws, that is the enforcement of the Constitution. Under 5B, okay, it says any person who alleges that any act or omission of any person or authority is inconsistent with or in contravention of a provision of this Constitution may bring an action in a court of competent jurisdiction for a declaration to that effect. And my mind has just been drawn to that. I did not avert my mind to read. Please, can I just... But again, as I said, I don't know, we're dealing with a document that is not before us. There are views that we should stop it temporarily and then ask the Honorable Minister, sorry.
Madam Speaker, observation.
Sorry, can we just take a short break? I think he wants to.
Observation.
Can we take just 5 minutes suspension? Please, the House stands suspended for 5 minutes. No, please, the House is under suspension. The sitting is suspended for 5 minutes. Honorable members, please, the House resumes. Please, no side meetings. The House now resumes, please. Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. You were on the verge of saying something when we suspended. You not conclude it because I really want to go ahead.
What I said was...
Yes, Wooly East.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think the quotation you've made it's not serving the Parliament. It's talking about individuals who can take their own action. But I believe the Parliament, what the Parliament should do or can do is what we are discussing. So if a motion is on the floor that we review, the minister can bring the document before Parliament for us to review it again and see whether it is in our interest or it's not in our interest. I think that is the issue that we should discuss. And I'm convinced that the motion that is moved by Honorable Member for Councillor should be what we should look at.
But we were just taking opinions and...
Yes, I'm just expressing my opinion.
Yes, Wooly West.
You know, the thing, sometimes we speak the same thing and we keep on arguing against each other. He's saying you should stop. This one is proposing you bring as a matter of urgency the document for ratification. Tell me, if that document comes here, you want to tell me that something is going to continue to proceed? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense because it is under you here for consideration. No process will be ongoing. That's what it means. So for me, what he says are the same thing. You marry them, they are the same thing.
No, I want to take Cantora. Cantora, I'll take your intervention. And Councillor, Honorable Member for Councillor and Banjul North, can you think of what veteran Honorable Wooly West has said and see if you can marry the two and then take a vote on it. Yes, Cantora, let me hear you.
Honorable Speaker, sorry. Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I believe this is a done deal in the sense that the minister has given historical genesis of this particular agreement. Let's just move a motion that the Select Committee, responsible for the minister's purview, work with the justice to confirm whether this agreement under question is being ratified. Once it's confirmed, once it's confirmed, then they will also peruse through if there are any additional articles or any additional clauses that are needed to be forwarded to the Assembly for ratification be ratified. Simple. There's no need for us to be taking other views again. You just make a ruling now and then move a motion. I move a motion.
The Honorable Minister himself
yes.
has confirmed that the agreement has not been brought to the National Assembly for ratification.
No.
Now it's an old agreement.
Okay, Honorable Minister, what did no. Look, when you are on your feet, I just keep quiet and allow each and every one of you. But when I am trying to say something, I am interrupted, right, left, and center by 53 people. I mean, it's crazy. No, please, can you just exercise patience? Yes. Let us get it. I thought I got it from the Honorable Minister when he said that the agreement has not been ratified, and that was the reason why the motion was moved. It was not ratified. So that is why the issue of illegality came up.
Can I clarify?
Honorable.
Can I clarify? I'm on my fifth.
No, I would, Honorable Minister, can you help us clarify this issue of ratification before we move to the motion?
Honorable Speaker, I tried to explain that when I made an apology, during the break, I consulted. And they told me that this is not a new agreement. This agreement was signed by the First Republic, the Second Republic, so it was a continuation. But notwithstanding, I said, we can contact the Minister of Justice and see what the appropriate steps should be.
You see, that is the problem. These were along the corridors, not before the plenary. No, he is just telling us all that he consulted during the break. He said, no, unless I did not get him well. But look, Busumbala, I am not talking directly to you. I'm just addressing the assembly. Please, Honorable Minister, are you telling us that during your consultation during the break, can you confirm so that we will all be together?
Madam Speaker,
because we are saying A and the other one is saying B. I mean, we need to know what is going.
Madam Speaker, when we took a 30-minute break, I had already apologized, and I consulted, and I was told that this agreement is not a new agreement. It was signed since the First Republic. I am not a lawyer. I can only
point of order.
I don't know what to say again. When we had a 30-minute break, I had already apologized. But when I went out, there are people monitoring what is going on in this parliament. And somebody told me, you made a mistake because this agreement is not new. This agreement was signed in the First Republic, continued the Second Republic. He even gave me a word. He said, when we went to Dakar, you decided that the president should allow the Senegalese fishermen to come and buy, because at that point, the former president has stopped them from coming to buy fish in the Gambia. So that is the story about this agreement. But like I said, I am not a lawyer. I made a mistake. I can say I'm sorry. But we can go to the Justice Ministry, and or whatever you decide, I will want to do that.
Honorable Minister, don't you think that the issue is not the signing of the agreement, but the ratification by the National Assembly?
Madam Speaker, I'm not a lawyer.
Observation.
Observation, Madam Speaker.
Observation.
Yes.
Point of order.
Observation.
I can use my powers and just suspend everything and we continue. So we have to exercise patience and decorum. We cannot be jumping all the time together. We won't make any headway. All, as I said, we want to do is to ensure that we are doing the right thing, period. And we can only do the right thing if we allow and listen to each other's views and opinions. And then a decision will be taken. You have to, there's a motion. I think you were trying to reconcile. Now let's listen to the reconciliation. And then if that happens, we vote on it. Otherwise, you can either vote yes or no. And then somebody, you can come and take the chair. No, I am not entertaining anything from anybody. Sorry. There was somebody raised a point of order.
Observation.
Order.
Observation.
Okay, order. Point of order. Refer
Thank
to
you.
your clauses.
Honorable Speaker, it's about the minister giving us misleading information.
Clause, please. Section of
just
clause.
Wait a minute. Just a second. Let me get to the point. I'll have to
Observation.
1 minute. Section 18, please. Clause 18 of the standing orders. Shall direct you to... It says, should I read? Okay.
If it is relevant.
Okay, it's about the power of a member raising a point of order on a point to bring it to the attention of the speaker. The point of order is about the minister giving misleading information. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable, you cited 18,
yes.
clause 18. Point of order. I asked you whether it is relevant. Now you are referring to another clause.
No, it's saying a member rising on a point of order in accordance with 32(1)A, permissible interruptions. Okay, let's go. Yes.
No member shall...
Okay, this is referring to members. I don't think it will apply to the minister because my point of order is in relation to the information giving by the minister. So I'll put it
point of order. Observation. Point of order.
Point of observation, Honorable Speaker. Point of observation.
Point of order.
Observation. It's just to observe.
Point of order.
Observation. Please allow me to continue. This is very
You don't have any point of order. Observation.
No, point of order.
You see what it's like?
Observation.
If you don't listen to each other, you will not make any headway.
Honorable Speaker, observation. Point of observation. Observation.
Order. Lower body boom, order.
Point of order to
lower body boom, order, please. Lower body boom, order. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I'll change it to a point of observation. It's just to bring... Okay, I'll sit down.
I think in all fairness, I have allowed too many interventions on this issue. Yes, Birkama South, that is not right. I have allowed too many interventions on this issue. Let's accept that as a matter of fact. Whether it is from you or somebody else, but I have allowed quite a lot of interventions on this issue. So let us be fair to the chair. Maybe if not from you, but almost quite a number of honorable members have intervened on this particular issue dealing with the motion. Now, yes, Birkama South.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I think enough suggestions have been tabled before this issue, and we are here to resolve this problem. The discretion lies with you by the issue of timing. There is 2 motions on the table. Let's move this thing to the committee to work, the committee responsible for this particular sector.
Up a new motion.
No, it's not a bringing up
No,
new
no,
motion.
you had your chance. Let's take Serekunda and I will allow Fonyi Kansala. Is it yes? To go.
Honorable Speaker, I have inquired. They say that the motion has not been seconded. So it means that there is really no motion for a decision. And I would really concur with Birkama South that since contradictory information is coming from the angle of the minister, who requires expert advice to come to a decision which would be certain, that we refer this report to the Committee on Foreign Affairs, the Agriculture, Environment, and also the Human Rights Constitutional Matters for review and then report back to the Assembly so that we look at this matter in a very comprehensive and a professional manner. Thank you.
I'm surprised that you have omitted
I am seconding his motion. If that was a motion, I second his motion.
I'm surprised that you have omitted.
It was not a motion. Motion. This thing.
Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I consulted with the member for Banjul North, and we are all in agreement with what the Honorable member for Woolly West said. My approach to this agreement between Senegal and Gambia and his approach seems to be different, but we are all speaking the same language. And the emphasis here is for the minister, without any delay, without any further delay, to avail this National Assembly with the document that is between the Gambia and Senegal, which is the Senegalo-Gambia Agreement. And in so doing, we are still emphasizing that the exercise be suspended for now until a review of the document is made.
Voted, seconded.
Sorry, there is a motion on the floor for the agreement to be suspended.
No, no.
Bring the agreement before the National Assembly. Is that your motion? Can I read you correctly? No, there is a motion. We need to have it seconded. You vote either in favor or against it, period. Now there is a motion for the minister to bring the Senegalo-Gambian agreement before the National Assembly. Is that your motion? Is that the motion?
Honorable Speaker, you've left out another very important information on the motion. It's not only bringing the agreement before the National Assembly. Yeah, all right, thank you. Going further, all fishing agreement between Senegal and Gambia for now be temporarily suspended.
As a matter of urgency.
You see, I cannot read your motion. And I cannot draft a motion for you. It is for you to tell us the body of the motion, and then we will.
Observation, Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Order, please. Order. Please, can you draft your motion?
Observation. Observation. Honorable Speaker, can I observe, please? Honorable Speaker, can I observe, please?
Any observation, please order. Honorable members, order. There's a motion on the floor.
Madam Speaker, observation. Can I observe, Madam Speaker? Can I observe? Madam Speaker, observation. Observation, Madam Speaker.
Taking any observation, please, with all. Honorable members, please, honorable members, there is a motion on the floor moved by the honorable member for Fonyi Councillor. Please, can we, honorable members, there is a motion on the floor moved by the honorable member for Fonyi Councillor for the Honorable Minister of Fisheries and Water Resources to present before this National Assembly as a matter of urgency the fishing agreement between Senegal and Gambia. Any seconder? Banjul North.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion.
Two. Thank you very much. It has been moved and seconded that the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources present before this National Assembly as a matter of urgency the fishing agreement between the republics of Senegal and Gambia. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no. So the ayes have it. So, Honorable Minister, you are to present before this National Assembly as a matter of urgency the fishing agreement between Senegal and the Gambia. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, thank you very much, and thank you, honorable members, for your interventions. So, sorry, pardon?
I just wanted to say thank you very much for inviting me to come here and give this update. And I want to assure everybody that this is not anything personal about me. This is the position I hold, and every Gambian has a right to know what the facts are. So I thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much. I think this is the beauty of democracy. We all speak our minds and exchange ideas, and at the end of the day, we come out with something that is legal. Clerk, can we proceed, please? Thank you.
Bills. The third reading of the National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority, Bill 2021, by the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology.
Honorable members will recall that the committee stage on the National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority NACA Bill 2021 was concluded on Tuesday, the 30th of March 2021. Accordingly, today is appointed for the third reading in accordance with Standing Orders Clause 73, 4, and 75. Therefore, I would invite the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to move a motion for the third reading of the bill entitled the National...
Madam Speaker, point of observation. Madam Speaker, according to the program that we have here, is not the minister, it's the chairperson, honorable chairperson. No, can you look at it properly? Yeah, not the minister.
I think you are right, it must have been an error, but normally it is the Honorable Minister who tabled it. It's an error by the table office, but I think we can correct it. It's our internal document, obviously. Thank you very much for bringing it up. Honorable members, can you correct your order papers accordingly? It is the Honorable Minister, not the chairperson of the committee. Thank you. Where were we? Yes, Honorable Minister, I would now invite the Honorable Minister to move a motion for the third reading, yes, of the bill entitled National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority Bill 2021.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I rise to move that the bill entitled the NACA Quality Assurance Bill be read the third time and passed. Thank you.
Sorry, seconder. Yes, education. Central Badibu.
I rise to second the motion.
Thank you very much, honorable members. It has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled the National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority, that NACA Bill 2021, be read a third time and passed. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. So, Clerk, can you now read the title of the bill? Thank you very much.
Bill, National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority Bill 2021 is hereby deemed to have been read a third time and passed.
Thank you very much. We may proceed.
Thank you. Bill, third reading of the Petroleum Commission Bill 2021 by the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy.
Honorable members will equally recall that the reconsideration of the committee stage on the Petroleum Commission Bill 2021 was concluded on Tuesday, the 22nd of June 2021. Accordingly, today is appointed the third reading in accordance with Standing Order Clauses 73, 4, and 5. I will now invite the Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Energy to move a motion for the third reading of the bill entitled the Petroleum Commission Bill 2021. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled Petroleum Commission's Bill 2021 be read for the third time and passed.
Seconder. Yes, Jara West.
Thank you, Ma. I rise to second the motion.
Members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled Petroleum Commission Bill 2021 be read a third time and passed. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Thank you. Clerk, you should read the title of the bill.
Thank you. Bill, the Petroleum Commission Bill 2021 is hereby deemed to have been read a third time and passed.
And passed, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, honorable members. Can we proceed before we... Clerk, you can...
Thank you. With reference to Standing Order 72, consideration stage of the Persons with Disability Bill 2021 by the Honorable Minister for Gender, Women, Children and Social Welfare.
Thank you very much, honorable members. We'll recall that the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters has reported on the bill committed to it, and that is the Persons with Disabilities Bill 2020. The report of the committee was adopted on the 14th of June 2021, and accordingly the consideration stage is scheduled for today. During the consideration stage, honorable members will have the opportunity to give detailed consideration and scrutiny to every clause and schedule in the bill. It also provides first opportunity for amendments to the bill to be debated and voted on.
Madam Speaker.
But before, sorry, just a second.
Yes.
But now, before I resolve the assembly into committee of the whole assembly to give consideration to the bill entitled Persons with Disability Bill, I would want to suspend the sitting for a short break.
A motion, please.
Sorry,
Motion.
Madam Speaker, point of observation.
I want to suspend the sitting
I have a motion before, Madam Speaker, before you
Yes, when I finish what I have to say. Honorable Member for Busumbala, I don't want to be too strict, but let us just try. I'll respect your seat, but I'll equally expect reciprocal respect to the chair. Thank you. No, thank you very much. Let me finish what I was saying. I am saying that before I resolve the assembly, I'm proposing, or I am suspending the sittings for a break, for lunch and prayer break, and we come back at 4 o'clock. That is a decision of the chair. Now, if anybody has a motion or whatever, you are at liberty. Good. Honorable member, nominated member.
Point of observation, Madam Speaker. Again, it's not the Minister for Women Affairs or Gender, whatever, to table the bill. It's Attorney General.
Observation.
Yes.
Table office, please take note, so that next time we will have the correct whatever. Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Member for Busumbala.
Madam Speaker, with your indulgence.
You see, if we exercise patience, everybody will be heard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Everybody.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. I want to bring a motion without notice, 53K. Standing Order Section 95.5, close 95.5. It's just a matter of bringing back the motion that I pushed to raise the other time, and you asked me to wait until the minister comes, then you can bring it. So 95.5 reads, a special select committee may be established to deal with any specific time-bounded matters on a motion setting out the term and reference thereafter and tabled by the committee of selection. I want to raise a motion, or I am standing to raise a motion for a special select committee to be set up to look deeply into the report of the Minister of Fisheries and all issues of fisheries and report back to the committee, to the plenary.
No, we don't have time for that.
All due respect, that motion should have been tabled earlier on. No, but now, as I said, I cannot entertain that motion as of now.
No, Madam Speaker, then excuse me, then I will see that you are not fair to me. Because, yes, your role, it doesn't have any time. This is a motion without notice, it doesn't have any time. We were concluding. Now, when I refer you back to your statement, when I first raised the issue here, you said, let me wait for the minister to come. And the minister has come until we've settled everything. I want to bring it back again with provisions in the standing orders for us to have a committee, because fishing is not only this one. There are so many issues, so that the committee can go and investigate and report to us and report for the interest of the people.
Sometimes you are so aggressive. No, it's a fact. You have to just recall that Honorable Speaker.
Madam Speaker, allow us to take a vote on the motion, then we will kill
Okay,
him.
in that case. I'm saying is, let us exercise decorum. You can just recall, refresh my mind, that at the last sitting, wanted to move this motion, but it was thought wise to wait until the minister delivers his statement, and then you move your motion. But we cannot be. No. Honorable Member for Busumbala, I think I'll have to call you up in the office for us to have. Well, there's a motion on the floor for a special, for a special select committee comprising, can you listen, comprising?
No. A special select committee. I am now urging the selection committee to select special select committee.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
No, there is no ad hoc committee here. Selection. No.
But under what clause? Go ahead.
53K. Please, allow me to come with my point of order.
No, it's okay.
Honorable Speaker. Yes. Yes, 53K. Now, 53K is saying that 53K, yes, a motion agreed by the Speaker to be a matter of urgency. Honorable Speaker, there was a motion before this motion. We tasked the ministry to go and find out and give us the agreement. Now, after looking at the agreement, then we can set up the select committee. Why are we creating a select committee when we task the minister to do something?
But the thing is, honorable members, let us follow proper procedure. The sitting has already been suspended. When we resume, we will deal with the other issues.